Hello, hello, She Army. It's Wisdom Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Gonna give a second, wait for some folks to join. Alrighty. So I want to talk to you guys this evening about social selling do's and don'ts. So let me start off by just saying that people are tired of being sold to. Yes, people are they're really tired of it. So obviously, though, as someone running a business, you have to make sales. No way around it. Otherwise, you don't have a business. So there is a method to the madness, especially when you're making online sales. So, guys, if at any point you have questions, comments, or you want to discuss a specific scenario, go ahead and drop that in the comments and we can go over that. During this live, I will reserve some time for questions or answer questions throughout, just depends on what we get. So, feel free to go ahead and drop those into the chat. So, social selling happens obviously on social media, but the transaction piece of it doesn't necessarily happen there. And then, as a matter of fact, it rarely ever does. Your goal is to funnel your audience to your mailing list, your text list, membership site, someplace outside of social media where you can actually maintain contact with them and speak to them at whatever frequency that you really want. So when you're social selling, your number one objective is to get people to stop the scroll. In the online world, it's very noisy, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on the internet that you have to compete with. There's tons of people in your industry doing the same thing, sometimes saying the same thing even. So you have to bring to the forefront what makes you unique and why they should do business with you. So you need to be very clear about that and very clear about what it is that you're offering and for whom. This helps cut through the noise, the first layer. Then it's about talking about the problem that you solve, right? And that your target audience has, and illustrating why you and your brand are the best fit to solve their problem. So, first, let's talk about, do you have the clarity in what you do? What's your brand about and who's it for? You want to be clear, or do be clear. Don't confuse your client, meaning don't talk about stuff that's not relevant to what you're offering or what your brand is about. So I always use the analogy of dogs and cats because that's pretty easy for folks to understand. But if you are doing social media services and on your profiles, dogs and cats, I'll be very confused about what it is that you're doing. So just keep that in mind when you are cultivating or creating rather your social content. Next, you want to build brand authority. So are you perceived as an expert in your industry? Have you taken the time to build that authority for yourself via your content? Have you inspired, motivated, or educated your audience? Have you given them useful tips that actually help? Do you have testimonials from your clients? Have you shown those receipts that we like to say? Don't think just because your branding looks good, people will buy from you. So looking the part is only part of the equation. You actually have to deliver also. So please keep that in mind. Next, building the relationship with your brand community is key. So I'll say this until I'm blue in the face. If you're social selling, you must build a relationship with your audience. You have to build that know, like, and trust factor. Do not cold DM people and pitch your products and your services. Just don't do it. Take the time to build the relationship first and invite them to learn more. You constantly pushing your product and your service, it'll definitely have people ignoring you, and really even before they have a chance to learn about you. So what you want to do is you want to build that relationship and do not cold DM. Next is adding value. So what does your brand community need? What would be something that would help them out? This is actually how I structure my product suite based upon the challenges my brand community faces and the problem that I solve, and melding those two things together to find the synergy to create exactly what they need to cultivate success. So don't make the mistake of thinking about and creating products, services, content for you, right? It's about what your ideal client likes, what they want, and what they need. So do focus on your target audience. Do not focus on things that you necessarily like or would want to see, because it won't be necessarily what your target audience wants to see. Similar to the last point, do get to know your target audience. And I mean, really get to know them. What are their hobbies? Where do they shop? Where do they live? What are they into? What do they listen to? Who do they listen to? It will actually help you with your own marketing because your content will be timely, relevant, and value based. Don't assume that you don't need to listen or that you should focus on what you like. So hopefully that's helpful, guys. So whether you're watching this now or whether you're watching it later, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if what I shared was helpful. Or if there's any specific scenarios you want me to take a look at, I'll be more than happy to do so. If you have questions, you want to DM me, you can DM me at Crystal Vernay on all handles. Or for Simply She, you can DM me on Facebook at I Simply She. And then on Instagram at I_simply_she. And if you guys want further clarity on how you can improve your social selling skills, you can book a brand strategy session with me. I'll take a look at up to 2 social media platforms for you and give you some actionable feedback on what you can do to increase your sales. So that link is in the description of this live. So that's all for now. And remember, you too can conquer if you slay hard every day. Take care, guys.